Oh,
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Keeps popping up. So,
I don't know how to tell if this thing is muted or not.
okay, it's not muted. Just, Okay, welcome everybody. So glad you guys are on. Thank you guys for being a part of everything. Um, and learning with us. I see people are jumping over into the chat. So, thank you for Tanisha telling us you're really not Haley. That's great. But real quick, I'll introduce myself. My name is Melissa Corvin, and I am a platinum executive with Singular. That doesn't mean a lot to you, but what it does mean is it means that I've helped a lot of people. I haven't done it alone. I have the most amazing team and group of people, but I really believe it's because we partner with such an amazing company. And that company is called Singular. And that's why you're here tonight, is maybe to get the very first steps of what you need to do because you set a goal. And that goal is around making more than maybe paying for your product, right? Paying for your product is where a lot of people will start maybe doing their Singular business, but as they get involved with it and maybe hit that first goal of quick start or double quick start, maybe even manager, they might want to learn a little bit more. And so that's what this new Rising Stars group is all about. It's about helping you dig in and understand some of the simple steps, but not only what you did or have already done, but also how you could teach somebody else how to do it, because that's how you create duplication and that's how you grow businesses that have thousands and thousands of people on them, but also create the extra income that you might be looking for to get more than just your products paid for. So um, I will pass it on over to Andrea to introduce herself real quick. Um,
Hey
and
guys, can you hear me? I'm trying to figure out my headphones, but it's probably not going to work. I was going to try to help out my husband here. We have each had just a couple of hours of sleep and then whatever kind of sleep you get on the airplane, because I'm kind of a little bit of a procrastinator. It was kind of interesting. I'm actually not a procrastinator, but I prioritize what's really important in the day. And it wasn't important to pack until 8 o'clock at night, but we had to be at the airport by 4 o'clock in the morning. And, you backtrack that and we got a whole hour of sleep. But, I didn't even notice it until about an hour ago. And I started trying to do my outreaches and went, okay, I need a break. So I'm feeling a little bit more recharged now. For those of you don't know me, Andrew Ramsey, I am a platinum director. Melissa Corvin and I have partnered up together in a collaborative effort. She has strengths in, just who she is. Those of you know her and love her and adore her like I do. And she just brings a lot of energy. And I have strengths that she was wanting to work with me on, organizing and bringing on new partners. So bringing on new partners, enrolling, onboarding, helping them hit their quick start and manager. So I earned my Founders Club in 6 months this year, and working on all the extras now. And along the way, part of that, had the opportunity to earn the trip to New York. It was kind of a hand in hand thing. And so I, just worked on both of those at the same time. So here we are in New York, and the biggest thing that I'm the most excited about tonight, you guys, is the fact that what we are doing is duplicatable. And when you are here for the opportunity for yourself first, working on you first, and then everything that we are doing you want to think through the lens of how am I going to get to duplicate that with my next new partner? What can I keep simple? What can I do for myself? And even if you're only a couple days ahead of your new partner, that doesn't matter. Just, you get to do it with them. So I'm excited to be here. Melissa's going to share the vision with you guys and a little bit of history, and we're going to get going. Make sure that you have paper, pencil. Hopefully you have your success planner, or not success planner, your essentials planner. Hopefully you've gotten to do a little bit of the videos that we talked about. And if you have not, it's okay. We don't want anybody running off to go print off this essentials planner. We don't want you to spend that kind of time doing that. Just grab a notebook paper, grab a pen, and you guys will have great success tonight. So we're really excited. Drop in the chat if you are excited about being able to do something simple, learn and do and implement and get more people in your funnel, talking to more people. Drop in the chat 1 to 5, or I'm a 1, I'm excited, or whatever you want to put in there. Doesn't really matter. Let's just get that chat going so that we can get some energy tonight. Because the more you guys show us the energy, the more that we can give you guys what we have. Because, we're just like you. We've both been real busy today. So we're excited to be here tonight.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And just so you know, Nancy Gordon, I actually made you a co-host too, so you can help admit people if that's all right with you. Because I know Kelly's listening in too, but I know they're also at the pharmacy. I forgot. She had told me that. Okay, so a couple of things that I really think are important to share with you guys. Here as a new rising star, having we wanted to have the vision to really empower you and help you with developing partners who are ready to dive in, work consistently, start taking the lead in their business, and enrolling customers and partners consistently. That way you can create more of that income. And also, this whole group is going to be something that's going to help you with improving your leadership of self, helping you with enrolling more partners, through the basics of day-to-day IPAs, which mean income producing activities, and increasing your sales and conversations. And that's going to help lead you to onboarding new partners more successfully. This is something that I want you to think about is this is more of an I do, we do, you do. And you have to be coachable. You have to be open to learning things and taking actions daily, moving the needle in your business with that vision in mind of, you know what, I'm not just going to have some sales to customers. I really want to help find places where people are in need. And then I want to help people with coming on as a partner, not just bringing on people to use the product. Customers are great and customers lead us to partners, but this whole training is based on you do it, we do it together, and then you go do it. You have your uplines in here doing this with you. And so sometimes you're going to be working one-on-one with them outside of this group, and you're going to be able to decide, okay, this is what we really need to work on. And a lot of this training that we're going to do is going to be more of a learning and working together and then implementing. Okay. And so we like to start everything off with a win of the week. And so I'm going to have you guys, and Andrew will kind of walk you through a little bit too, telling us what a win of the month was maybe for last month, because that was May. And so you may have just gotten started. Maybe you just recently upgraded, and we want our wins to be focused on the business activities. We don't want our wins to necessarily be that you were losing weight or you were able to fit in new jeans. Those are great wins. And a lot of our, customers, or maybe even you just getting started on the products, maybe you feel great because you're finally sleeping at night, or you're finally, have more energy during the day and you can do things late into the evening because of our amazing products. But those kinds of wins are not what we're looking for. We're looking for wins around that you were able to talk to somebody and get them interested in the products, or you were able to, finally have a conversation about how you have started a little side hustle and you went out of your comfort zone and talked to somebody. Those are the kind of wins that we're looking for. So Andrew, do you want to add to that? And we're going to jump over and be talking about those wins in the chat. If you guys already feel like you know something, go ahead and drop it over in the chat right now.
Yeah, just focus on the whole entire month of May. Like, what were those things? I think, Melissa, you already said it really clearly. So this is going to be something that we are going to do every single week. as we get more clear on the work that we're doing in here and we get into this routine, we may add a little structure to it. But for right now, let's just use the chat and really talk about what was your win. It can be an enrollment. It could be you hit a goal that you set. It could be your consistency is a win because daily IPAs lead to those results because that might be what you are celebrating. And that's totally fine. We are not all about the enrollments are going to be the result of your daily action. So if your daily action has been consistent, that is a celebration, right? Maybe your celebration has been this week of like you feel excited again. You went in and you did the homework assignment to get started for this and this is making you feel like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not going to do the summer slowdown. I'm going to do the summer ramp up instead." So, cuz it's all a mindset. Like what you're thinking about, you're going to bring about. So, just whatever it is, the energy that you guys bring tonight, we want it to carry you through. I don't know if any of you have been to a conference, but a lot of times, we get fired up for a conference and then gosh, it's gone within 4 or 5, sometimes even 2 days. We want it to be consistent for the whole entire 90-day summer run that we're doing in here, this summer challenge. Love it. Look at all these cool celebrations you guys have. This is awesome. You got your
I know
first
they're
event.
wonderful.
They're
So
amazing.
Tanisha's got she said she hit her quick start and manager last month. Then we have someone else in here that was just talking about their consistency that they finally did a live. You guys, it is not easy to do a live, especially if you're talking about something that has, kind of personal. Talking about your wellness, talking about weight loss is a little personal. And so it's not easy to always go live and do that, but the reaches that you can have by doing a live interview just are amazing.
I'm
And
going to
so we're gonna
celebrate Tiffany too, or Kimberly Gill connecting with a customer and he ordered. You guys, your customers are your next best partner. So that is really exciting. And then somebody else, they qualified for Robin's retreat. That is awesome. Way to go, Lita. That is so, so cool. Hopefully we will see you there because we are excited to be there.
Speaking of
All right.
Robin's retreat, really quick. Andra, when you just were getting started, you qualified for a retreat like that. And what did that do for you and your business and the vision?
It's so interesting that you brought it up because we haven't talked about that for a while. I shared with Melissa and with Robin on a couple of different occasions. I earned a retreat to go to Robin's, very similar to what we're doing, but I would tell you guys, she's ramped up this retreat. I would say like she's 10xing this retreat compared to even the one that I went to. But what happened was in my first 3 months, we had the same kind of thing. We had some qualifications we needed to hit, and I squeaked by and I got to go to Robin's brand new home in Mineral Wells, Texas, figured it out. And being in the room with other women, and I think maybe there was one man, and having meals together, learning together. Melissa taught, Crystal taught, Robin taught, Jessie Joe was with us at the time, she taught. And my mind just completely shifted into the possibilities. It was like being at a conference on a really intimate level, and we had, you know, meal conversations and elbow conversations, and I could see what really could happen. And I will tell you guys what, going to that retreat is literally the pivotal moment that changed everything for my business. It changed everything because I had done a little network marketing before. I'd had a little tiny bit of success before, but I never got to be a part of a community like this. And I just knew it was the right place, the right people, the right time, the right everything. And so I shared that with them. And through that conversation, they started collaborating about, hey, we haven't done that. And that was 5 years ago. was 5 years ago because I started in May and I went to her house in October. So it was like 5 months after I had started, end of May. And, so she was like, "Yeah, I think we're gonna do another retreat." And so I was so excited when she opened it up, to all the people. And if you didn't hit that retreat, maybe you didn't hit it by just a few enrollments, or you didn't hit it by a partner, or you just missed it, or maybe you didn't even know about it. So that's okay. We're gonna have more opportunities like that, but the point is, like, it completely changed things for me, Melissa. It was, like, on a whole 'nother level for my business. It was amazing. So I'm
Yes, well,
excited about
I
it.
remember you telling me that, so I'm glad you kind of highlighted that because you guys, during this next 90 days, you're in here, you're gonna learn, you're gonna implement, you're gonna take action to consistently grow your business with new enrollments. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes the action's gonna be messy. Sometimes the action is gonna be scary. Sometimes your action's gonna be like, is this even gonna do anything for me and my business? Right? You're gonna be like, what are, but that's the thing, a business like this is built with a lot of work, then a lot of work, lot of work for a little bit of pay, a lot of work for a little bit of pay, a lot of work for a little bit more pay, a lot of work for a little bit more pay, then a lot of work, but it starts to compound and your pay compounds and compounds and compounds and it starts to snowball. And I promise you that's exactly how it's going to work. So your consistency is so important. Um, so let me pull up the rest of my notes so we can get ready to get into action soon. We want you to feel empowered. So we are going to be providing you with some resources and support, and you need to show up as a learner. Bring your resources, take notes, and then a lot of these resources you're going to be using. If you haven't already filled out your why sheet, you need to get in there, fill out your why sheet. You need to get in there and kind of do a little bit of dreaming if you need to. A lot of Americans right now, with the economy with, people are scared to dream, but the dream is what's going to fuel you. The dream is going to be what's going to fuel you. So, if your family's been talking about a family vacation and you guys really want to go on a family vacation, go get some pictures of where you want to go, cut them out, put them on your refrigerator or, something like that. So you have them in front of you. You've got to do a little bit of that vision. So make sure you're filling out that why sheet. Um, and then also the work that you're doing here, you're going to be leading yourself and you're going to be also having that accountability to yourself first. And I think Andrew's going to share that why sheet with us maybe. But make sure that you are also communicating to your upline some of your goals and maybe even your upline's upline, so that you can work together and really create a community and a team amongst yourselves too. So we have a board that we are going to be sharing with you guys. We're going to go over some of the resources, and some of you guys don't know exactly what boards is. We're going to introduce that to you so that you know what it is. It's actually just a tool. It doesn't build your business. Tools don't build your business. It's kind of like having, you want to build a house and you have a hammer and you have a saw and you have some wood. Well, unless you put them all together and actually go and use the nails and like put everything together and go do the work to put it in, you're not going to build a house. So the tools are not going to be what build your business, but they are going to help you. And we have a lot of experience in knowing what is going to be beneficial. So we are going to introduce some things to you along the way. And the truth is too, I am not a tech person, you guys. I'm 43 and I did not grow up with a computer right in my back or in my palm of my hand. Now I have a cell phone now, but I had a flip phone. Okay. You talked to my boyfriends on with a phone with a cord. Okay. So this tech stuff is not something that I came to this business knowing. We are going to share some tools with you that will help, but you don't have to feel like you need to know all that because you don't. We're going to make it simple. We're going to walk you through things. And the accountability is action outside of the Zoom. You're going to implement action throughout the week. You're going to have your daily income producing activities. You're going to have some videos to watch. You're going to have some polls to respond to in our chat. That's why we do want to make sure when we are in the chat, we try not to do a lot of chitter chatter. There'll be a poll, there might be some things, but if you're not able to make the event, don't worry about saying that you can't come, but make sure you watch the recording. And if there was an accountability piece, like for you to post in the chat, you do that. So are you guys ready to get into some action? You ready to do it? And I don't know why your phone keeps getting kicked out, except it's maybe if you're driving or anything like that, because it does allow 100 people in. So, anyone ready? Are you guys all ready? We're gonna start with our action.
I'm
Okay.
just going to tell you guys right now, like my husband is snoring. So if you hear like this gentle snoring in the back, I'm just telling you, we're in a room, we're sharing it, and he just can sleep right through it, which I'm super grateful for. So can you guys drop in the chat real quick? So based on what you've heard so far, put in the chat real quick, like, just what you're excited about, what you're hopeful for, what you hope to learn, what you're looking forward to, based on what you heard Melissa say. Concerns, questions, excitement, whatever it is. We just kind of want to check in real quick because we just gave you the overview, what we're going to do, some accountability, how we're going to get into action, things like that. And then while you guys are dropping that in, I'm going to kind of get us grounded. So typically speaking, what we're going to do is, because of the time of night, right, that we are meeting, and this is due to like church and family, and this is going to be something that we're going to be looking at one point in time, is building your business around your personal life, but being intentional with your time that you have. So like even me today, I had to pick certain blocks of time that I knew that I could do a little bit of work. Melissa had to do the same thing. So for the sake of tonight, or typically what we're going to do is we're going to get into action right away. We're going to be doing some IPAs that we can, whether it's follow-ups, and we're going to go through those with you guys, but the goal is to get into action. Then we're going to kind of stop, pause. We're going to do something that's the learning part, and then we're going to go do more action. So this is not going to be an hour and a half of just sitting and listening to us, but for the sake of tonight, to get us grounded, all in the same place, some common terminology, common practice, things like that. We are going to take it just a tiny bit slower. And what I have to say up front is, if the things that we are going to go over tonight, you say to yourself, check, I have that down, I do that. Check, that is part of my daily system already. Check, I think I'm on the right track. That's awesome. And that is something that we want to kind of know as we go through, because we have a huge range of experience in this one group. We have people who are in their first 30 days, all the way to people who have been building a business for 2, 3, 4 years and are almost like restarting all over again, and want to not only work on their own business, but they want to go through this so that they can help onboard their next partner. So everything that we are doing, we are going to go through this because we will do this with our next person or our current partners. Okay. Like I just saw somebody said, I enrolled 2 partners this last month. I earned Robin's Retreat. So this should help you to help them. Okay. So you're going to go through it as a learner of yourself so you can lead yourself, but also so you can lead someone else now or in the future. So we're going to get ourselves grounded real quick. And there we're going to get into some implementation right away. So real quickly, we want to review some of the basics. An IPA, income producing activity. If you hear us say IPA, that is what an IPA is. Something that is going to increase your income, whether it's today, tomorrow, next month, or even a couple months down the road. what you do now typically will pay off 2 or 3 months down the road. So sometimes it pays off right away, but that's usually how it works. So the, we're going to look at the first thing I'm going to show you guys is our partner onboarding web page. This is going to look really similar to Jana Bullard's. It's been tweaked a tiny bit because that's just how I roll. I do things kind of, a little bit differently, a little bit more unique. What I want to know in the chat is, one, if you have maybe not this cover photo, but if you have not seen this, we kind of want to know. If you have seen it, we want to know. So drop a 1 in the comments if you have seen something about onboarding, having a partner web page. Drop a 2 in the chat if this is completely foreign to you. You've never seen anything like this. You have no clue what I'm talking about. This is going to help us to know what to do. So in one of our resources that you guys are going to get, you're going to have this team onboarding webpage, either mine, Melissa's, Jana Bullard's, and again, they're all very, very similar. This is something that you can share with a new person, but it's also what you guys can constantly reference. And it's where we're going to work off of to, get ourselves started. We're not going to go through it completely. We're just going to look at it as a place for us to do our work tonight. So I'm going to kind of scroll through here. And one of the very first things that we wanted to do was to watch this invite post ad to chat. This is a great video because you can give this to your new partner and you guys have it. You can go watch this whenever you want. I think Jana does an amazing job with her videos. This is something that she used to be paid to do. It was her career. She's phenomenal at it. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel and think I need to make my own. I'm going to use hers because they are spot on. So the first thing we're going to do tonight is watch this. And I'm also looking at my notes, Melissa. I think your turn, you're up to go through this part. So we're going to watch a video. Then we're actually going to go right into some action and get something done. And then we're going to come back and do some more learning. So Melissa, I can play it, but you take it away.
Okay, awesome. All right. So yes, if you want to go ahead and play it, I think that would be fine because these core 4 videos are going to help you establish the foundation. But Janice says it will. Can you hear it? Let's see if it will go.
Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to try to mute myself and play it.
Okay, if not, I can do it on my side.
That does not work.
It might be because of your headphones.
I'm not using headphones.
Oh, okay.
Which is good to know. This is the things that we don't know until we do it. I'm going to stop sharing. Do you want to see if you can try?
Yeah, and do it on my side. Okay, so a couple of things just so you guys know. Let's see, I'll go find the link on it. When we started this with our Rising Stars, we started in February and we did really a beta group, February, March, April, and we took it into May. And part of that, we also realized that there were some things that we needed to continue learning ourselves, right? And continue implementing. And that's kind of what we're gonna say at this group. You guys are our first group, so we are going to be learning some things together. And let's see, let me go ahead and
I think I figured it out.
okay,
Oh, no,
go for it.
maybe not. Hold on.
Okay.
Well, I went straight over to YouTube to see if that would work.
Yes, Jana's videos are also on YouTube, you guys. There's a number of places where our tools and resources will be housed in case somebody doesn't have boards or doesn't have a Zoom app or isn't on Facebook. There are ways to get information to them.
Let's see if I can get it going here, guys.
Okay. She just says it so eloquently.
She's so good at it. Oh, you know what? It's trying to connect on my phone. I can hear
Oh.
her on my phone. And I don't know why. That is so weird. Oh, I know why. Go ahead and you do it. I figured it out and I don't want to waste anybody's time. So you do it, sweetie.
Okay. You think I should go to YouTube on it?
Yeah. Just open the link in a YouTube and it'll work for
Mhm.
you. The reason why it's doing it for me is because my computer audio connected to my phone.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go to the boards and see if it will work. Let's see if it works like that.
That's how yeah. If
Jenna
you want to,
Bullard.
you
So
can
let's
open it. There you
continue
go.
along your success path. Let's
But
talk
we can't
about
see.
IPA, income
Oh, wait.
producing activity.
Don't
see now?
see. Yep. You're good.
So you've got a newbie checklist already, or maybe you're way further down and you're listening to this and you've got more of an extended checklist. Those are regular things that you do. So another way to think of IPA is invite, post, and add. So you should have already by now gone to our testimony page, our lead generator on my way, and you have a one shot to dump all of your friends. Invite them all the way down. Facebook will let you do that one time. After that, when you're inviting, it's because somebody's asked about a post or you've had a conversation around energy while you were at work and you've invited them to a page where they can see other people like them. That is the moral of the story when it comes to On My Way as a great resource and a tool for you. So we want to be sure that we're always inviting. We're inviting people to take a look at what you found and why you love it. 2, post. People want to watch the unboxing or the unraveling of your story. They want to watch from where the time you started to where you're at right now, who has inspired you. Maybe it's your wellness or weight loss story or income story. And remember, we pay quicker than anybody else. If you've gotten paid once, you've got an income story, okay? Maybe it's somebody else's that you know that the people that are watching you, they would truly resonate with that story, with that moment in time, whether it's with their wellness or with their weight. Maybe it's finding community. Whatever it is, we want to be sure that we're posting. Let's talk about that. You want to be 90% you. And I mean the authentic you. If you love your family, if you love your backyard, if you love your horses, if you love recipes, be that person. People want to watch. They want to know, like, and trust. And if you're not consistent, you're not in front of them. And then 10% of that is where you would sprinkle in. Maybe I have the energy to do this because of my products. Maybe I could pay for this because of my daily pay. Maybe I just love my community and the fun thing that we did the other day. Okay, so people are looking for all sorts of different reasons. So remember, 90% talk about you, your life. It is great to utilize stories because that's where you can just show the back side of your story, if you will. You can talk with them, lives, all those things are great. And then the A is add to chat. Remember, whenever you're starting a new conversation with somebody, you're going to open a 3-way messenger chat with that person, yourself, and your sponsor, to where when early on you're muting and you're saying, "Oh my gosh, friend, I love this, but I don't know how to find your fit. I don't know how to answer your questions. But Jana helped me. Jana, will you help my friend?" Okay, so you're always looking to do that. I will tell you, as your story evolves and as your time goes on, you'll be that person added to somebody's chat. Or maybe you're still saying, "Hey, Jana, I need you over here to share your story." You know exactly what to do for your friend. You've got some time under your belt, but you want your sponsor to pop in and say, "Hey, I'm here for your support. Welcome to our community. And here's a little bit about my story as well." So remember, these are things that even 10 years later, you'll still be utilizing.
Okay, awesome. So, how many of you guys had seen that video before? Will you guys drop over to the chat? If you've seen that video before, give me a 1. If you haven't, give me a 2. Okay. So I do love how Janet explains what some of the first steps are. So what are we gonna do now, Andra? We are going to go do some action. Okay, so everybody has a different well, not everybody, but we have different testimonial groups. Some of you, and you should know the name of the testimonial group because you probably were added to it when you started yourself. Okay, so kind of think back. If you don't know the name of the one you're in, anybody in my downline uses On My Way. We also have one that we kind of do a little bit of coaching on called Gut Driven Living. If you are on Andrew's team, you're probably going to be using Note to Self. She's showing you that. Okay. If you're on Jana's team, she generally uses On My Way also. But think about, what is a testimonial page that you were invited to, or that maybe you've invited somebody to in the past. Where did you ask for information? Where do you see testimonials jumping out? Okay. I would love to know, because that's where you're going to invite to. Good. Dana says On My Way. Sales says On My Way. Good. So if you're unsure, then make sure that you get with, we can figure it out. Mayor Andrew can help you figure it out, or you can just get with your direct sponsor and ask, what is our testimonial page? Okay.
But I would
So-
say even right now, guys, is if you don't know for sure, send them a message while we do this, and that's going to replace your action because you have to know what group you're in. Which
Yes.
group do you invite to? So we're going to take 5 minutes and you guys are going to invite 10 friends to your group right now. I'm on
And
my
they have to be
computer.
Facebook friends, right?
Mhm.
So can you show
I'm on
us
my
real quick how to
computer. It's
invite?
hard.
Can you show us how to invite so we can see that real quick?
Yeah, so on the computer, it's a little bit slower. It's so much easier on your phone. If you have an iPhone, it's even better. But you just click the word invite. And on your phone, you'll get a full list and you can just click, 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 click. I would really encourage you to click people that you've not invited who've been liking, loving, or commenting any of your posts, because that means they're following you, they're watching you, they're interacting with you in some way. Or maybe there's people that you've kind of been talking to and you've never invited them to your group. That's the next person I would invite. Or the third person is somebody you would really like to have the conversation. So like, I'm going to grab this gal, Carrie. We've been talking. You can see I've got some people in here, right, that pop up that are partners. I'm not going to invite other partners. I'm just inviting people that I'm in conversation with. Like I can grab Brenda, Cindy, and I can just keep going. Beth, Stacy, Paula, all these people, I have some form of recent conversation with them. It's also a good reminder. It's like, oh goodness, I haven't maybe followed up with them, which is going to be the next thing. So see how fast I did that? 5 minutes is hardly anything. So go click 10 people.
And you need
Go.
to be writing down the names of the people you're inviting, because we are going to help you with actually a follow-up message and what you need to say, so that you're making this more of a warm handoff, or like, it's not just weird that they're getting an invite. Okay.
We'll do that next.
So don't just go down there and click, 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 click. Sometimes that I do that, and that's a bad idea. Speaking from experience.
Me too. Oh, and I think I went out of order, Melissa, but we're just going to go for it. Go with it. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, and I saw where Ruth was asking about how do you, or where do you invite? It should be right at the very top of your page, and you'll see all the little bubble heads, Ruth. There should be a spot right there for you to invite.
Please make sure you write these names down, because the next thing that we're going to do is an action step that goes with the invites. Melissa, I think we should do the posting next though, and then go back and do the messaging just because of time. Don't you think? Okay. Oh, so Ruth, because you're on the Zoom, so Melissa shared this in our last group. You can actually minimize your Zoom and it kind of goes into a little tiny picture in the top of your phone. And then you have your whole rest of your phone available to you to do the work.
In fact, I didn't mention this earlier. I always suggest when you come to our little workshops and these sessions on Wednesday nights, try to bring two devices, your phone and your iPad, or your computer and your phone, one or, so that you have both devices, because that way you can watch the Zoom and then you can do the work. That's what I found always is easier. So we're gonna mute out for a little bit while you guys are all inviting.
One more minute, you guys should be wrapped up, but remember, you got to write those names down too. So make sure you have those names listed because we're going to do something next with them. Okay. And when we show this to you guys, you're going to start to see a flow of what you can do and how you can invite and do this next step at the same time. But we're going to put the next step on pause, and Melissa is actually going to talk to us about the P part next, which is posting. Okay, so try to wrap up with your invites, get your names written down. Try to be fully present and fully engaged during this time. I know that it's hard, but try your best to really, really be fully present. Melissa, I'm going to show this first through the lens of the partner onboarding so that they can see where they can find it.
Okay, perfect. And I will
Cool.
tell you, just like Andra said, and I saw a few people over in the chat saying, I'm not sure where to find that, or never seen that. You probably have seen it, but they have different covers. So I don't know, Andra, if we could show the other covers. I could if you need me to.
Yep.
Okay. So just so you know, so Andrew and I are on a lot of boards. You guys won't have this many. When you do download the boards app, you only get 3 for free. Okay. We don't recommend you buying it. Okay. So
Here's the
Janice,
other one.
that's Janice with the pink. Okay. So they're the same steps. They might be a little bit of a different order. Okay. And then mine is a Hope Givers one. And if you don't have mine, it's okay. I can show it later. Okay. Ruth said she got it done. So she got invited. Yeah, Stacy, we'll have you download it at the end. Not yet. Okay, see, there's mine. See, tan and turquoise. So that's the same steps. They just have a little bit of a different cover because, and your executive may have a different one, but they're going to be the same steps. Okay.
And I will say there are some executives that are not using this. Okay. So it's okay. I think this is what's a good time to talk about that real quick. It's really important that you guys don't get the impression from us that this is the only way to do things. We don't want you to ever feel like you have to do it the way that we are sharing this. You heard Jana say, be authentic to yourself. That's actually where this came from. I recognized about 6 months ago, there were things that I was doing that was just because that's what I was taught. And I started realizing I needed to really be in alignment with myself, who I was talking to, how I was speaking to them, messages that I was sending, posts that I was making. And honestly, you guys, when I had that realization, that is what helped to do the new launching, to go from 17,000 QV in points, right? I have a rank of platinum director, but my volume was at 17,000 QV. Within 5 months, I'm at 40,000. Okay, so I have more than tripled my business in 6 months, 5 months actually. And it was because I realized I needed to do some things to make sure I was really being true to myself. Who am I talking to and what am I doing? So as we go through this, if you feel that this is not for you, it's not the right fit, you don't really like what we're teaching, you don't like what we're doing, you don't think it's the right thing for you, we are not going to be offended. Okay? We are not here to make you think this is what you have to do, but we are here to guide you, give you resources, support you, teach you so that you can feel totally empowered. And if you take what you can right now and learn and implement and save some of it, the other stuff for later, because boy, have I done that for over the 5 years with all the different trainings that I've done. And then I've gone back and I've used some things that I wasn't just ready yet to put into place. So we'd love for you to continue to work with us, but we understand that sometimes we might share things, or you might be like, okay, I already know this. That's great. Let's keep going, because this is just about staying in that constant action and putting some new things in. So just a good little moment of clarity there. So you guys are actually seeing what a board looks like versus us teaching it to you. You're like watching it and you're seeing me open it. And this is going to be good because this is where your resources are. Okay. But for the sake of the next part, which is the P, which is posting, I'm going to go straight back over to this. This is like the reason it's called a landing page or a web page is it's where you can ground your work in. Think of it like the landing strip of an airplane. It's where you can ground yourself into it so that you can find all the things that you need to make sure that you're staying in action. So
Okay, well, I see where a lot of people have said done, done, done. What that means is you're done inviting. So that's great. You've invited at least 10 new people to your testimonial group. Fantastic. I actually invited earlier today when I was doing my IPAs, and I've already had people accept because of the messages that I sent. So that's really exciting. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do, you invited, now you're going to go post. And Andrew wanted me to share some tips with posting. You guys, I wrote these tips in 2014. Do you realize I've done Zingular almost 10 years? I'm like, what? That is crazy. Okay, but breaking down three-way calls and posting. Here are a couple of tips. These will help you create successful Facebook posts. They will help you with follow-up and how to share our system and our program. I personally, with posting, I would tell you, I would not use the word Zingular. You want people to come to you and be curious. You want people to wonder what you're doing. So I personally would not keep or use the word Zingular. I would try to keep the curiosity up, and I want people to come to me. So I always refer to it as this awesome program, this awesome system, this great deal that I'm doing, you know. I don't say the name of the program. And it's not because I'm not proud of Zingular, because I am. And now 10 years in, pretty much everybody knows. But I met a girl today who didn't even know that I did Zingular. I was like, oh, well, let me tell you about this. Okay. So you never know. Second, when you do your posts, you must sound sincere and excited about the results, not sales pitchy. You don't want to be all salesy. No one wants to be sold to, but people will jump at sincerity and excitement. It will help you understand what to put up when it comes to curiosity posts and engagement posts. And we will help you with sharing your results and writing your own story. Okay, we're going to help you identify maybe the pain points you personally had. And this is where it does get a little hard because you'll have to be a little vulnerable and really think back to maybe the place you were in and some of the darkness that you had before Zingular, because it does help shed the light pretty fast, I feel like, especially with Zing and things like that. And then we're going to give you a little bit of strategy around the posting. So, Andrew, why don't you kind of kick it off and share, or not kick it off, but share the next part with the posts because you have them pulled up, or do you want me to walk them through it? Not me do it. Okay, let me walk it through. So, okay, this is called your 10-day social media launch. How many of you guys have seen this? If you've seen the 10-day social media launch, put a 1 in the chat. If you have not seen it, put a 2. This kind of helps us gauge. But the social media launch is basically, we taught on this. We've taught on it a couple of different times. Andra actually did teach on it at conference in one of our breakout sessions. So if you were at conference and you attended the breakout session that Andra and Taylor did, you would have seen these slides. Okay. But if you're like me, you have to sometimes learn lessons a few times to remember them. Okay, so we're going to show it to you again because this is one of the simplest things you can do and share with your brand new person, or even do yourself to kind of relaunch your business and to get started. So these are 10 simple posts that help you get started with a launch. And you're going to see how they're kind of step by step, but they also have an explanation for each thing. So here's the first step. And this says Monday, but it doesn't have to be a Monday. It could be today. Okay. It could be tomorrow. It doesn't have to be a Monday. But it says your first post is an engagement post. You want to say something that gets people to engage. And honestly, one of the people that I follow that has some of the best engagement posts is Carol Short. I love following Carol and seeing what she's going to put up because she asks great questions and people go and comment all over her stuff. Okay, so you do an engagement post. This helps building your algorithm. It gets more eyes on what you're doing. The best practices are to use a color blocker post. So, and that's what I see Carol do a lot of. She puts up a question and it's just a blank solid background with the typing on it. Okay. Keep it simple. Don't make it flashy. Sometimes less is better. Don't necessarily use a picture. You post this on Facebook and on Instagram. Okay. So that you can see, that, or so that it can be shared. And you can do some of these questions. These are all engagement questions. You can do a gratitude check-in. These are just some ideas of what you could do. Okay.
And I'm going to just interject really quickly. If you guys, so long before I even knew what Pinterest was. So when I started, I had 150 Facebook friends. I didn't know what a results group was. I didn't know what a three-way chat was. I did not have any background whatsoever, but I did know about Google. So if you guys know about Google, which we all should know about Google by now, because he's listening or she's listening or whatever all the time. But I literally would Google engagement post and I would get like this huge long list of things, or I would go click images and then I would get ideas. And that's where I would come up with, and we're in the middle of summer. People love to give an opinion. Tomorrow is Friday. Is that right? Or is it Thursday tomorrow? I'm so lost on my days. Tomorrow's Thursday. Thank God it's Thursday, not Friday. But you know, like it could be Thankful Thursday if you decide to do this post tomorrow morning. If you do it tonight, it could be, you know, I've made it, you made it halfway through the week. What are you hopeful for on the weekend? Or heading, you know, barbecue barbecue prepping, chicken or pork, or Blackstone or, what's another one that's out there right now? The Blackstone or, we
Pellet
use it
grill.
as, there you go, or a grill. And so they just want to know, like, you're
Oops, did we lose Andra? Yeah, people want to know is what she's saying. They want to participate. So, so these are just some ideas of what you would do for your launch. And if you've already done this 10-day launch, you don't need to go
that,
back through.
they can have a
Oh, there you
good
are.
time.
Okay, sorry. We lost you for a minute. Unless you guys are losing me.
No, it was me. I just got a little message that my internet was unstable.
Oh, okay.
So you want to talk to them about how this one is for tomorrow and it's our challenge, and then we're gonna go actually make a post or do their Google search and so forth, and then we can show them the rest of it and talk about the challenge.
That sounds great. So,
Cool.
even though tomorrow's not Monday, right? We want you to go in and do an engagement post and like plan it tonight so you can do it first thing in the morning. And let me tell you, it's just like if you had a whole dozen eggs and you tripped and an egg fell out of the carton and broke, would you throw away your whole dozen eggs? No, you wouldn't. Same with this. You're not, if you forget to post at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock when you get up, oh, well, who cares? Post at noon. Okay. Like just post it. But you're going to pick one of these, or I see where Kelly Hill put in there, you can go to Chat GTP and say, what are some suggested engagement posts? What are some hot topics that I could put on my social media to get people to engage? She'll give you some different things. She's an AI program. Okay. But go and let's plan what you're going to put on your post tomorrow. And then part of your homework for the rest of the week is to actually go through this 10-day social media launch and start writing your story or start following these steps. And we'll show you where to access this resource so that you can have these slides yourself.
So we're just going to take 5 minutes. Do not overthink this, you guys. This should be one of the easiest posts that you can make. Don't overthink it. 5 minutes. Put it in your notes so you can copy and paste it tomorrow. Write it down on a piece of paper. Go do your Google search, do your Chat GPT. It doesn't matter. Everybody has 5 minutes because we're going to show you how you can do these IPAs in less than 30 minutes every single day.
Okay, we're going to mute out for a minute, but it doesn't mean we're not working. Okay. Now, if you're kind of finishing up, you can go ahead. I see some people saying done. Go ahead and look through. Um, and I don't know, I can't make it. Sorry, move on the page, but think about maybe what other things you could post for the week. Okay, so here is a thing that talks about the curiosity post. You're going to post something for curiosity. So you've got your post ready for tomorrow. It's an engagement post. People will comment back and forth. That helps your algorithm. And then the curiosity post, which is the next one, that actually helps for excitement. And it helps with kind of getting people excited or knowing what you're doing or wondering what is it got coming on, right? These types of posts that you're going to go through on this 10-day social media launch are designed to really get into your what we call hot or market, because these are going to the people that already know you a little bit and like you and trust you are going to be seeing these posts and wondering what you're doing. You may not get a lot of comments. You may not get a lot of likes or comments or loves or shares, and that's okay. The ones that know you and like you and trust you are going to reach out to you and say, "What are you doing?" And you may get people to say that too. But we're going to give you guys this whole slide deck of information and help you with kind of structuring to just get your Facebook or your social media, Instagram, whatever you're using, kind of get this warmed up and more things happening on it by doing this 10-day launch. Okay, so you guys ready to get the information? All right. I see lots of nods. And these are just examples for y'all, but you probably saw some of these at conference.
And I'm going to say too, I want you guys to know we have another group, right? We have another group called Experienced, and they are doing a similar thing, but they're not using this same 10-day launch. So when we can complete this, then we're going to get into writing some more similar type of posts, and we're going to be working on increasing more people to come to us. So you might want to write down this 10-day media launch is for your hot market, people that already know you, like you, and trust you. That's really, really important to know, because there's some differences in the types of content that you can post. Jana talked about it. And so if you want to, and you like to post more than once a day, please do, so that you can still drip in some of those other things that she talked about, your life, your family, something silly, showing your personality. So I think I'm going to show them where they can find this, because everybody's asking, don't you think, Melissa?
Yep, I think that's good.
Okay. So do you guys remember that onboarding webpage that we showed you? So far, everything we've done has been in that onboarding webpage. It's your landing page. It's where everything is. Okay. Mine's a little different because I have like a little welcome video, but there's that IPA that we watched. Here's the step 1 of building your business that you were supposed to watch, your why, your vision, your goals. Here's your getting started essentials worksheet that you wanted to fill out. Start writing your list down of people that you still haven't talked to, that new names. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now, write down a homework assignment is going to be that we want you guys to watch over the next 7 days. None of these are very long, but finish watching these videos on your own. Okay. They're not long. They're not complex. They're really the basics. And then we went straight over to the media launch right here. Okay. And then there's a few more. It's going to be review for most of you. It's going to be new for a few of you. And hopefully for all of you, it just gets you grounded in what to do. But that is where your 10-day social media launch is. The other place that you will find it is in our new Rising Stars board, which you will get. Like Melissa said, you can only have 3 boards if you have the free version. If you have more than 3 boards, you need to upgrade yourselves to the paid version. That's your choice. Nobody's requiring it of you, but it's not very expensive and it's a business investment. It's a write-off if you choose to do it. And inside of the board, you're going to see week 1, everything we did in week 1 right here. Okay. And we will also put the recordings to the Zooms in week 1. And then you will see resources. And I'll put Jana's and Melissa's onboarding partner webpage in here so that you have all 3 of them, just so that you can feel like you're looking at your own teams. But here's some more resources, because sometimes you might want to just go straight to your resources, not per week, but everybody's going to get that. So clear as mud, clear as day, helpful. Because if we don't know where our tools are, then we can get really overwhelmed. And like Robin always says, an overwhelmed distributor does, and everybody can fill in the blank. Nothing. We don't want you guys to do nothing. The next thing, Melissa, is for us to talk, see just kind of where everybody's at, and then go right into the follow-up to the invite.
Okay, awesome. Do you want me to go ahead and put the board over in the chat?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. You know what? No, because I don't want anybody thinking that's the purpose right now. Well, hold on.
Well, we do have a few more things we want you guys to do. So Kelsey, it's not that you can't see it until you have the new Rising Stars board. It's that we want you to stay on track with what we're training on right now. Because we're going to show you a few more
Yeah,
things.
let me show you guys this next
Your activities
part,
all,
and then
all
we'll
week.
run it there.
And then that way you can do your activities all week. Because this is about
Yeah,
showing
let
up
me
consistently too.
All right, so everybody should have their post. You've done your inviting, and then she talked about adding to chats. But we're gonna do something that's in between stage that is going to be moving the needle on your business. So how many of you guys have invited people to the group and they never accept the invite? It's almost like they have no clue that you've invited them. You spent the effort, you invited them, and nobody accepts. And you're like, okay, well, I keep inviting, but it's not growing my, views or anything. Like they don't even know anything about my group. I have a lot, and I'm guilty of not sending them a little message. And when we invite people to our results groups, think about it like inviting them to a party, inviting them to dinner, inviting them to a conversation, inviting them to go shopping. You're inviting them to something that you believe is going to inspire them to take action, to raise their hand and say, oh my gosh, I want to know what this is, right? That's why we invite to a results group. We call it our lead generator because it's generating leads. That's your content as well. And you guys should write that down in your notes. Inviting and posting, the whole purpose of it is to generate leads. That's why we do it. Yes, we want to have friendly conversation. Yes, we want to build relationships, but it is for the purpose of enrolling. All of us have this beautiful gift of not having overhead, a brick and mortar store, got to clock in and clock out. And we love it, right? That's the whole thing. We love the flexibility. We love that we can do this on our phone. But the bottom line is this: if people don't know you're open for business, then your business is closed. And if they don't know what you have to offer, now, does that mean that you go out and you show just your product? No. Did you guys notice in that 10-day media launch, there wasn't one picture in there, I don't think, that has your product in the post. It's your process, it's your problem, it's who you are, what your story is, what you've been successful with. We're not blasting out graphics of XR2. It's my favorite product. People know that, but I don't blast it out there. So the next part, when we get done inviting to our results group, should be sending them a message by yourself without your upline. This is the part before the three-way chat. Okay. And this is where you can start seeing who are your real, true potential prospects. So I'm going to get into this verbiage message that you can send. And we want these to be authentic to you. Melissa and I spent probably 30 minutes looking at this because we wanted to make sure it was aligned with our values of not being weird, spammy, awkward, salesy, or uncomfortable. We wanted it to be inviting. So you may look at it and go, ooh, I need to change that. That doesn't sound like me. Please do change it. We don't want you to use things that don't sound like you. So I'm going to take you guys into the resources and I'm going to show you this inviting to the results group. And you may already have a message. Would you guys tell me real quick in the chat, who in here sends a message every time you do invites to the group? I'm just curious because I am totally guilty of not doing it. So who sends a message to every person they invite? Who needs to work on that? Who's actually a little uncomfortable with it? Like, it's easy for me to hide behind my phone and click the invite button and not go talk to people. I'm going to be very honest. Like, I can click the invite button all day long, but being a little uncomfortable with like sending them a message, that still is something that I'm like, ooh. So when I send that message, I want it to sound nice and inviting and friendly. And I can't see the chat, but I see faces on the computer and it's like, no, I don't do that. So
A
inviting
lot
to
of
the
people say
results
they have
group.
to work on it. So
Okay. Well, that's what we're here for, right? We gotta
exactly.
work
We're
on
doing
it.
the work with you guys. I'm the same way. Okay, I need to work on it.
We're all, and that's another thing. We're doing the same things you guys are. We're not sitting here saying we have this down. We are actually loving that we have all these accountability partners with us because it makes us feel like we're not in this alone. So here's just the real quick steps. You invite to your group, write it in a notebook. These are actually people that might be your unengaged leads, people that you've never really talked to. They might be your warm leads or people that comment. You might want to write that down. Hey, they've been commenting. I'm going to invite them. Even if they're just commenting on your lifestyle posts. Okay. Then you're going to send them a message. And then you're going to go tag them after they accept the invite. And you may or may not see this in your notifications. You want to check your Facebook notifications. I check mine morning, noon, and night, and I scroll, but that's because I get a ton of them. You might get away with checking your notifications in the evening, and then you can tag them in the welcome post or the welcome video in your group. Usually that's pinned at the top of your results group. Talk to your upline if you don't know where to find it. And then you can send them, another follow-up message after the tag. Let me show you what that looks like. I want to know from you guys if this sounds a little bit more friendly and inviting. So I'm not going to read it to you guys. You can read. I'm not reading to you. Sorry for the husband.
I can't hear him. You're good.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, so I wanted to highlight what I know I'm talking to people about, that they can work on their health, their wealth, or both. I don't want to do just product or just business because we know they're intertwined. I know the group that I'm inviting them to, we give ideas, we give tips, we give advice and inspiration. And what I know is that people want to be healthy, have more energy, and feel good in their own skin. So I'm already talking to my ideal customer and why I'm inviting them to my group, because that's what I know that they want. You might want to change that up. You might want to change that depending on every single person that you send this to, especially if you're in a conversation with them. You could change this up of like, hey, did you know that I invited you to this group? You know, we've been chatting and I know that you are really trying to lose 15 pounds. We have some great inspiration and tips and advice in here. I think you're going to really love the things that we offer. Click on this link and check it out. So you can change this message accordingly. Okay. But then this is the follow-up. They accept it, you tag them, and now you get to follow up with them. This is a place where we are just in general, I think we tend to like drop the ball. I dropped the ball, guys. And this is what we're going to move into is how can we remember to not drop the ball and stay consistent, but not be weird. And so this may not sound like you. I don't really do a whole lot of, hey, sister, I don't live in Texas. That's not how I talk. Okay. So I instead would probably say, hi, so-and-so, because that's how I address people by their name. That's just who I am. Hi, so-and-so. I was just curious. Are you enjoying the group? It really inspired me. I tagged you, and then you ask a question that is not, what do you think? We've got to move away from questions that are so open. Let's ask a more targeted question. Did you see any tips that you might want to try? Did you find a recipe that you'd like to make? Did anyone's story connect with you? Was there someone's journey that you saw you'd like to know more about? Was there any kind of question to really get into the conversation? This is a significant shift for so many of us. And this question is going to help you get into better conversations, especially if you know their pain points. Then they tell you, let's say they tell you they haven't seen it. Go for it. Make that an authentic conversation. Go, oh, no worries. I understand there's so many groups out there. Let me get you the link so you can click the link and you can get right in there. I really think that you'd like this. You could even send them a post. They can click on the post and it takes them into the group. You don't know how to do that? Get with your upline, please, and learn how you can send them a post from your group. Put that down as something you want to know how to do. But then you're going to connect with them. I agree. It did exactly that for me. Feel, felt, found, right? When it was shared with me, I wanted to know more. I got connected with someone who could help me. Now I'm in touch with one of the coaches that are in the group. She's been super helpful with my journey. I know she'd be happy to answer your questions too. I'll make a group chat so we can talk to you more about it. There's no mention of selling. There's no mention of product. There's no mention of you've got to buy something. This is still connecting with them. This is what I want you guys to start thinking. If at the end of the day, they don't ever buy anything from you, did you leave them better than how you found them? Because that is our whole entire belief system, our philosophy. If you ever get in a conversation with Mark Walker and you say that to him, he's going to get the biggest smile on his face. He's going to want to give you a big hug and go, oh my gosh, you are talking exactly why we do this. The conversation should leave the person better than how you found them. This is the shift that I made, you guys, and this is why things have changed, because I'm being real with people, okay? Even if they never buy anything, I'm going to give them something that they can use to help themselves out. There's some others in here. There's a screenshot. Remember how you guys asked, how do you invite? I did a screenshot. There's that invite button. So I'm really trying to help you guys see everything, but there's just no possible way to do all of it. So that's why you got to work with your upline. So that's the follow-up. So guess what we're going to do now? Anybody want to put it in the chat? What are we going to do? Have a hunch? Melissa, do they know what we're going to do?
I typed it. Follow. Hey, you guys.
We're going to go get it just some more.
fortune-
We're going to go.
The fortune's in the follow-up, I promise. I will tell you, one time there was a girl that I didn't follow up with, and she ended up buying from somebody else, and I was sad. So don't be a Melissa. Follow up.
It's happened to me too. You didn't get back with me and I found somebody else and I got enrolled with them. So all those 5, 10 people, whoever you invited, you wrote them down. You're going to actually send them this message, and looking at time, I think we could do that tomorrow. What do you think, Melissa?
I think they can do it tomorrow or tonight when we get off. I will tell you guys, when I invited my 10 people today to on my way and sent my follow-ups, I've already had 50% accept. And I will tell you, that's going to help the algorithm of your group when you have more people accept the invites.
So we could put the board in the chat and we can go do the invite or go do the message right now. Or we can say, we're going to give it to you guys and you can do it when we get off, because we do need to wrap up with what's the rest of our challenge for the week. And I'm just looking at our time.
Okay, I'm good with what you're good with.
Okay. This is how we roll, you guys. All right, I got to get my notes here. See, we actually have like a lot of stuff planned out.
Yeah, I'm the
All right.
excitement of the organizer and the teacher.
Yeah, well, we work together. All right. So we've shown you okay, good. We're actually to the last little action step. So, when you guys I want to know, and I'm going to actually stop sharing for a second because I want to see the chat. Would you guys put in the chat, do you ever feel like your funnel is running dry? Is your funnel running dry? Yes or no?
Like you don't have any prospects. You don't have anybody talking to you or wanting to sign up with you.
Okay.
Lots of yeses.
Dry all day, every day. Agree. I love it. Oh, I love the honesty. That's awesome. Okay.
It's not going to stay dry. We're going to be full weld.
This is the whole cool part. So you might want to write this down because your new partner is going to go through this. In your beginning stages, you are talking to your hot market, your friends, your family. They're excited. They're cheering you on. They're congratulating you. They're loving on you. They're asking what you're doing. You're starting to create some chats. And then it gets a little bit quieter and they're still liking you. They're still loving on things. And you probably are starting to go through this thing of like, okay, but now what do I post? Now what do I share? Now who do I talk to? How do I get more people to comment on my posts? Not as many people are talking to me. What am I doing wrong? Has anybody ever gone through that thought process? What am I doing wrong? I have. Nothing. You guys are not doing anything wrong. If anything, don't quit. That's the only thing you can do that's wrong, is stopping. There's 2 things that are happening. Your hot market is watching to see if you're going to quit on yourself. The other thing that's happening is your warm market, the people that have been liking and loving but not talking, they are trying to see, are you going to stick with it? What value can you bring to me? How can you help me do what you're doing? How can you give me some ideas and some suggestions of what I can do so that I can start seeing you as a person that I want to talk to that maybe can help me too? They're your warm market. They're watching you. You don't want to stop. And then you have your very lukewarm to cold market. They're watching you. They never like, they never love, they never comment, but guess what? They're watching you. You just don't know who they are because they haven't spoken up. They haven't showed their face to you. So you have these different levels of people. And when we hit after our 30, 60, 90 days, everybody has a different sphere of influence. Mine was shockingly 6 months in my first 6 months. And then I was like, I hit a wall. So something was taught to me early on that helped me to go 6 months before I hit my wall. And then I had to learn all about posting. And then I got the wheel going again. We're going to teach you guys that. But there's this one thing that you can do every single day so your well does not run dry. You're going to go add friends to be your friends. So drop in the chat, how many of you are adding new friends to be your friends every single day? And if it's a no, that's okay, because I've gotten stagnant too. Sometimes it's a no for me because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go add new friends. How do I find them? Right, Sabrina, Focus 40. That's exactly what she teaches. That's right. We're not teaching anything different than any other executive ambassador is doing. We just pulled you guys together because we want to teach it a slightly different way. All right, so how do we go find these friends? You want to be doing this every single day, and it does not have to be a ton of people. But I would say if you want, let's say you want to grow your friends by 100 friends at the end of the month. How many of you would like to have just 100 more friends in 30 days? Then I want you to 3x that number. In 30 days, you need to invite 300 friends. Divide that by 30. 300 divided by 30. How many friends do you need to go add to your friends every day? 10. Sorry, I used to teach math. So 10 friends every day. If you want the goal of increasing it by 100, that's what you have to do. And not all of them are going to accept. So this is some strategies that you can do to make that happen. You can go to your own current friends list. This is on the computer. It looks different on the phone. People you may know are the ones that Facebook will suggest to you. And I kind of have a rule of thumb. If I have 10 or more friends in common, then this is going to be more than likely somebody who's going to accept my friend request. So I can click on it, but it does not show me everybody, but it does show me the people that I really know. And then if I click on it, then I should see mutual friends. And, oh, it's not going to show it to me. Oh, I do that because I want to see who all the mutual friends are to make sure I don't go send a friend request with a partner, because I don't want to make more. I don't need partners to be my friends. I need prospects to be my friends. So I'm going to go click on Sherry. She's got a good number of friends. Okay. I'm also going to look to see what's her background. Oh, she's got some kids of pictures in here. They go outside. I'm going to go see where they live. Corpus Christi, Texas. I don't really know a lot of people there. We've got 30 mutual friends. I don't know if it's going to show me this on the computer. Amy Nordic and I are very close. Leanne Specht. I know all these. I know a lot of these people. Kelly Friend. I know these people. I went to school with a lot of these people in high school. A lot of them. So then I'm like, okay,
For me.
I have a lot of contacts in here. We have a lot of mutual. You're looking at them too. Oh gosh. So guess what? If Melissa doesn't get her, I'm going to get her. So go click add friend. Hey, Melissa, game on. So we're going to see, and she and I are just teasing, but that is how it happens, you guys. Because if she accepts my feed, my friendship, she's going to start seeing my feed. And as soon as she accepts my friend request, then I'm going to go say, hi. Hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. I saw that we had so many friends in common. And, Facebook said that, we had a lot in common. I wanted to say hello, and I was so surprised at how many people that we both know. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for accepting my friend request. Nothing weird. You're not going to go stalk them, but say something when they accept your friend request. I mean, gosh, if somebody said, here, you can have my chair at a concert, and you just took their chair and you didn't say thank you, they'd probably think, well, geez, maybe I want that chair back. So, say thank you for when they accept your friend request. Be a human. But that's the whole goal here. You guys are going to add 10 new friends, and that's my process of doing it. You might have a different process, but I want to find people that are going to look like the ones that I want to go work with. Nothing wrong with Marky, but she's older than usually the people that I work with. Whereas Erin is active. She's in the woods. She's in the mountains. I love this picture of Jill. She's happy. She's with her husband. She's got a dog in the background. Like, I'm looking for some things. Do I overthink it? No. But I do kind of glance and see, gosh, what's going on? I grab Jill. Oh, she skis. I do not ski. So let's just kind of see. I'm going to look at some of her pictures. Oh, boom. Inez Lee is a customer. Scott talks to me all the time. Robin was a customer. Michelle was a customer. Chris and I went to high school together. I'm going to go add her as a friend. Okay. So that's as easy as it is. And you guys, I have 5,000 friends. So if I'm in contact with or connection with, trust me, we can all go find more friends. We all can do it. And you just never know what that relationship is going to do, especially if they really love something that you share in your content. So that is kind of the last thing. What are we going to do for the next 7 days? And really is to do an hour and a half, but we will always stay on for questions. But she's going to wrap us up and give us direction as to what we're doing next.
Awesome. Thank you, Andra. Okay. So, hope you guys can see me and all the things. I'll pin this for myself, maybe. Okay. So, okay. What I want you guys to do, we are going to go drop that board over into the chat. If you're not in the messenger chat for some reason, please let us know so that we can make sure you're added. And then for the next week, we do have some homework for you to do. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to invite 10 people a day to your testimonial pages, and you're going to send a message telling them you invited them. Okay. So 10 people a day. If you have to, break it down to 5, the importance is consistency. It's not the number that you do, it's the consistency. Consistency breeds a habit, and habits change lives. Okay. So we're helping you with that. And the next thing that you're going to do is it's going to send those messages when you get the invite. Then you're going to post. You need to make a post every single day. Remember, you're in your hot market. Most of you guys are still in your hot market. The average human knows at least 200 people by first name, and they recognize faces of at least 2,000 people. So if you haven't signed up 200 people, you still have your hot market. Okay. You need to make a post using the 10-day social media launch ideas, which will also be in your board. And then you need to add 10 friends a day to your friends list, and make sure you send a thank you when they accept. So those are the 3 homeworks that we want you to do for your daily activity. If you want to go a step above and you're saying, you know what, I really am serious. I want to build this business because I want to be making 4+ figures by the end of the summer. So over $1,000 a month by the end of the summer consistently. Then I encourage you guys to do some professional development for yourself, because this is a I do, we do phase. So you're taking control of yourself. That's the only thing you can control, right? And we encourage you to watch the videos on the partner onboarding landing page, and watch videos 2, 3, 4, and 5. We already watched video 1, but you need to go through and watch 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. I love seeing all my teachers taking notes. I think it's fantastic. All right. So we will post this in the chat. There was homework that you guys did ahead of time Make sure you are getting your goals over to your upline so that they know where they're at. If you're on a Facebook page and you want to post your goals on the Facebook page, like if you're in Team Tiny Pants Builders or Hope Givers or anything like that, usually we have a goals post at the beginning of the month. You can go post your goals there, but for sure, put your vision, your why, your goals in front of yourself. Write them on your mirror, write them on your dashboard, write them on a notebook piece of paper that's at your desk so that you have those in front of you every day. And that's kind of a wrap for tonight. We'll stay on and answer
You know what,
some.
Melissa? I forgot one thing.
Tell
We
us.
don't have to start it, but we might want to, that Google Doc where they get to post their content.
Okay. We did create a form. It's a Google Doc form. If you have Google, you will be able to pull it up. And when you create your post on social media, this is going to help us with getting ideas out there for ourselves, for onboarding our new people, because we're going to see what everybody does. You guys can copy your hyperlink of your Facebook post and put it into the Google Doc. That's going to help you with having everything in one place.
Let me just show it to you guys really fast. I apologize. I was supposed to show it to you sooner.
Okay.
And I know we're getting probably a little bit late and tired and all that. Okay. So we had some questions about this in the other group. So I think this is why I'm sharing it, because we had a little bit of confusion and how does this work? And I'll just do my best to show you guys really fast. So obviously I'll update these days and I'll get that changed. But what you're going to do for the summer 90-day challenge, we're going to post our content in here, not for like accountability that we're checking on you. It's truly an opportunity for you to learn from each other, to be able to go comment on each other's posts. So you want your post to be public or you want your page to be public. And you're going to get to go see what are other people doing in their content. And I don't know, but for me, when I know somebody else is doing the same thing that I'm doing, even though we're in two separate households, I just don't feel by myself. I don't feel like I'm the only one working on my business. And so having a place where we're putting our content in here helps me to get ideas. My creative juices get flowing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was such a clever idea. I haven't even thought about that idea. So it's going to be a content generator for you as well. So it's really going to be helpful to post your Facebook, link your Facebook posts into this document. It's going to be as easy as this. When you're on your Facebook, again, always looks different on your phone. When you have a public page or a post, you guys will see in your posts, maybe if it wants to cooperate or not. Try it again. Come on, baby, do your thing. Okay, woo.
Technology is slow.
All right. Yeah. So you'll have this share button, or you'll have a copy link and you'll have a little link and you can click on that. But if you grab that, you can click share, send in Messenger, but usually you'll see a little click, a link, and it might just be because I'm on the computer. But you can grab. Oh, it's not wanting to do it. Let me see. On the computer, it might be the 3 dots.
Up at the top.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a little bit of a lull.
Your Wi-Fi in New York is slow.
Yeah, must be.
Because everybody's on their phone. There's too many people.
Probably. All right, it's not working. Let me show you. Hold on, because it was kind of like a sticking point and I just don't want you guys to be frustrated. Okay, we'll just go look at the experience one. So you can see what it looks like now. So all these links. So this one right here, for an example, didn't get linked correctly. Right here. So I'm just gonna pretend that I'm posting it for the very first time. When you post it, you have to hit the return button and then the whole thing will actually highlight. Then when you go click on it, so you post it and then you have to hit return and then it hyperlinks. If you don't hit return, it won't link. Then when you click on it and you're on your phone, you hover over just one part of it. You can click on it. Sorry, Toby, I just, random, which by the way, this was a really good post, you guys.
It was.
It was a really good post. She's talking about movement. She stops the scroll. She's totally adding value. This is the kinds of posts that the experienced stars are working on that we're going to move you guys towards. But she totally gives value. She's when you don't feel like exercising, start with just 5 minutes, blah, blah, blah. Here are 4 tips to get you started. Curious about the protein I take? Let me know if you want to know more. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you do the Google Doc so that you guys can see each other's learning together. And it's going to be, that document will be in the boards. And
Yep.
then we'll also pin the document in the chat. Okay. Sorry. I apologize that I did not get that in there sooner. Okay,
That's okay.
cool.
So, okay. Well, thank you guys for being with us tonight. I am excited to see that this is a lot of new information for people. And yes, you may have to jump off and then come back and catch the recording. We will post the homework. We will post all the links in the chat tonight, so you guys have it. As soon as this recording is over, I'll post the recording and then we'll make it into a YouTube link and it will be in your resources in the board. Just think of the board as a really organized filing system to find your information. Okay. But I'm excited for this. We'll hang out for about 15 minutes for any questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. We do not get frustrated at you. I promise. We want to help you. We want you to understand because that's going to help you feel empowered. So anyone that wants to hang out, we will hang out with you guys and answer some questions.
Do you want to take yourself off the screen so we can see everybody's faces and know who's asking? Cool.
You're welcome, Lorraine. I'm glad you learned a lot. You're welcome, everybody. I can't wait to see all the posts from your homework.
I just wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You guys, any questions at all? Like, can you show me where I find that again? Or where am I gonna, like any questions at all? It's okay. Okay.
So, Melissa, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, since you're involved, well, I don't know, maybe you're not. Are you involved with On My Way?
Yes.
Okay. So, I don't get notifications that people have accepted, and I think they have accepted. So, am I doing something? Do I need to do something on my end to make that show up?
No, sometimes you don't get notifications.
Okay.
It just depends to how your feed is. I don't normally get notifications. I go
Okay.
ahead, as soon as I invite somebody, I send a voice message. In fact, you guys want to hear what I send? So that then they know I invited them. And sometimes I'll personalize it. It depends on my time. But you want to hear it?
Sure.
Yes.
I wanted to let you know that I invited you to a special group that I actually run and I'm an admin on called On My Way. And the reason I invited you is because in that group, it's actually a group I've built from the ground up, and I built it all organically over the last 10 years as I've shared a little bit about my health and weight loss journey, but also as I've helped other people share their journey. It's kind of a safe place for them to post results without maybe putting out there publicly on their own social media. And I thought you might be interested in it. We do help people with wellness. We help people with their gut health, energy, weight loss. And these are just some of the transformations of the thousands of people on my team that have had results. And I thought you would be interested just because you're one of those type of women that cheer other people on and help them be successful. And so check it out. Let me know if you accept the invitation, and let me know if you are interested in anything, if you would be interested in any of the products, but also in maybe knowing a little bit more about the side hustle that I've got through my online business. So hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
So
Thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I send. And you can personalize it too, but I generally invite and then I send it because I don't get notifications either.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Now, I will tell you, sometimes you will invite to another pages, like sometimes Jana has people go ahead and invite to Team Tiny Pants. Sometimes I have people invite to my Gut Driven Living page, which is just about the gut collective. But generally, we only invite to those pages if we've already had communication with the person and they are on the fence. They haven't bought yet, but we've talked to them and they know the pricing, but they just need a little bit more information and they want to see the community. We put them in one of the community groups so they can check it out. So you might keep that in mind as a follow-up. Okay, does anyone else have questions? I'm glad it was helpful. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.